Everybody, and welcome back to another Lorcana video. It's your boy Mike Skinner from First to 20. As you can hear in my voice, I'm still a little sick, and that's the reason why I haven't been putting out any videos over the weekend. However, I really wanted to get out this recap because I had such a good time this weekend, and we just finished up our first ever Lorcana pre-release weekend. Thought it would be fun to come on here and just talk about my personal experiences over the weekend, things that I saw, things that I learned, things that I did. And yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so let's start with Friday, the 18th, the official Lorcana release day. I was super excited for this, but at the same time, I kind of wasn't because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get cards. I don't have the money to go crazy and buy all these different boxes at all these crazy prices. So in my head, I wasn't going to have any physical cards on Friday. So I actually started the day off by going over to Staples and printing out a ton of proxies. I printed out a playset of every single card and a very ambitious goal to cut them all out, and that way I have plenty of cards to play test with without having to actually physically buy cards. So I grabbed my encyclopedia-sized stack of papers and took them over to my local card shop, Pro Play Games, and sat down and started cutting away. So Pro Play Games was actually not offering any sealed product for purchase and opted to instead use all that product as price support for their league. I think this is a pretty cool approach. Obviously, there's people who really just want to buy product, but this really stops people from coming in, buying product, and then you never see them again. I think this is a great way to take care of the community who actually attends your events, buys your products on a regular basis. So after chatting with the owner of the store, he let me know that we're actually doing a sealed event that night, which is going to be a starter deck. Then after the first round, you would receive 2 packs to add to your deck. Then after the second round, you would actually receive an additional pack to add to your deck. And then all top 4 players would receive an extra starter deck for free. The entry was $60, which is a little high, but I figured, hey, if I could go ahead and top 4 this event, I'll be able to get at least $60 worth of product, plus who knows what I open in the packs. Up until this moment, I thought there was no chance I would have cards to play with, so this was an opportunity for me to actually have some cards in my hand. So I said, you know what? Let's do it. Phone calls were coming in every 2 seconds asking about Lorcana cards. People were coming in asking about Lorcana cards. And we actually managed to get, I believe, 22 or 24 players for the first event, which was really, really cool. A lot of players were brand new, but a lot of players were also people that had played other card games competitively before that just wanted to see what all the hype was about. So in that event, we got to choose which starter deck we wanted. I ended up choosing the Mickey Moana starter deck, which is my personal favorite of the 3, but I was really close to picking the steel one as well because I think that the removal is just so good. So the way that the tournament worked was that it was a 3-round event. We were given a starter of our choice that comes with a booster pack. So after opening the booster pack that comes with the starter, you can choose any cards, any color, put them into your deck, as long as the deck has at least 60 cards. So I went ahead and opened my first ever pack of Lorcana, and what rare was waiting for me? Be prepared. So obviously instantly I added this to my deck, and it actually came into play later in the tournament, which is really awesome. So first round I went 2-0 against my opponent. In the second game, he played out all his cards, had no cards in hand, and boom, Be Prepared came huge there. So he was very shocked. It took him like 2 minutes to read the card. He was just like in total shock that this was happening. So now it's the second round, and we're presented with 2 more packs, which we're allowed to open and also add to our decks. And what's in my second pack? Foil Elsa. Now I know this isn't the enchanted one, but still, Foil Elsa, beautiful card, and what a card to open on my first day of ever playing Lorcana. This definitely was amazing. I actually didn't add this to my deck because it was just too much cost. My deck was already curving out around Dr. Facilier on turn 7, and even that sometimes was a little shaky. So I just thought the 8-drop was going to be way too much, but I was super happy to have it in my deck box. It was amazing. And there was a lot of commons and uncommons that were really good that I was able to add into the deck to make it even better. So after another 2-0, I went into my third round. We received 1 more pack. I don't remember right now what was in the last pack, honestly, but obviously it was good enough because I ended up going 3-0 in the event, got a top 4 finish with some buddies of mine, and we were able to all get a starter deck, which is really, really cool. So then Saturday rolls around, and honestly, my plan was to just recoup on Saturday. I knew that I had another starter deck event on Sunday that I could play if I wanted to, so Saturday was just going to be a recoup day. So then I received a text from a friend that said, hey, there's a store that is selling boxes. They're still a little pricey, but better than before. $200 a box. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, Skinner, you went and purchased a box above MSRP. You are the devil. I had already gotten the itch the day before. I really wanted to open packs. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go open a box. I pulled some really cool stuff. Foil Hades, some other really cool super rares. But I was getting down to the second to last pack, and then it hit me. Enchanted Maui. I think this is one of the more playable ones of all the Enchanted, so I was really happy to open it. I'm still chasing after that Tinkerbell. That's probably the most exciting one, but I was still incredibly happy to open one. I'm excited to add it to my collection, and it was just an overall amazing experience. So now Sunday rolls around and I decided to keep on my hot streak. I've been doing good. I pulled an Enchanted. I 3-0'd an event. I'm like, you know what? This event had a little bit less people. It was about 16 people, which is still a good amount. And I went ahead and stuck with the Mickey Moana deck list yet again. I really like this deck because it plays cards like Friends from the Other Side, which really gives you some consistency with the deck because you're able to draw so much. You also have Maleficents in the deck. You have Pascals in the deck for evasive. You have Jetsams in the deck that have evasive. And you also just have a huge Dr. Facilier, which if he hits the board, the game's pretty much over. So I really like this deck. My second choice, as I mentioned earlier, was going to be Steel, just because Steel has cards like Grab Your Swords, big cards like Maui, which how do you kill an 8/8 if you don't have removal? Which actually ties into my first game on Sunday. My opponent played Grab Your Swords against me, cleared my board, and was able to beat me in the first round. I was able to get the game back in game 2, but game 3, he played Maui, the 8/8 Steel Maui, and there was just no chance that I was going to be able to remove that. He was questing for 2 every turn. I just couldn't afford to trade my board into it. I was a little discouraged, felt like, well, there goes my top 4, but I'm still going to have a good time in the event. My packs were pretty dookie, to be honest. I didn't really open anything too great, but I ended up getting the second round victory, which was really nice. So then round 3 rolls around, and actually I was up paired. So the person who I was playing against was 2-0 in the tournament. He was down paired into me, and he was a little frustrated that he was down paired into me. He felt like it would lessen his chances to get that top 4 finish, but either way, we played it out. So it was a mirror match, and my opponent obviously had the Jetsams and the Pascals just like I did, but my opponent also opened Goofy evasive, Tinkerbell evasive, and Pongo evasive in his packs. So game 1, he just totally ran me over with evasives. There was just nothing I can do, and it was a quick game. Game 2, I was able to battle back, get ahead early, and my opponent just couldn't keep up. He never got to his evasive cards, so I was able to get that game. Last game was super close. We both had evasive guys out. We were trading back and forth, calculating lore, and ultimately I ended up pulling ahead. I felt a little bad, because he was 2-0 in the tournament. He got down paired into me, and then I beat him. So I was hoping I didn't ruin his chances at top 4. But actually, the tiebreakers were so good since the opponent that I lost to earlier in the tournament never lost. And my last match was against a 2-0. So those tiebreakers actually got me 4th place in the tournament. So I cashed out for yet another starter deck. And my opponent in the last round did finish in 3rd. So he got his starter deck as well. So in retrospect, he could have just scooped to me and we both would have gotten prize, but we didn't know at the time. So we played it out and I had to earn it. So I have yet to fully sit down and just look through the cards, organize the cards, put everything away. I have things in all sorts of deck boxes and sleeves right now. I just fully haven't recovered from such a great weekend of Lorcana. I learned so much over the weekend getting to actually play with these starter decks. This was my first time actually playing with the starters. I have played a lot of Constructed on Pixelborn, but I didn't even know what cards were in the starters until right before the tournament, so I didn't really have an advantage in that sense, but obviously I knew the mechanics, I knew the flow of the game, so that definitely helped me. It was great to see a community of people coming together to play this brand new game and giving it a chance. I saw lots of people that I've never seen before at the card shop because they just heard about this game and they wanted to learn it. And I was happy to teach them and assist them. And overall, I just think everybody really had a great time at the events. As for now, I'm just trying to finish my constructed deck. I'm still missing Rapunzels, which are so expensive right now. So hopefully I can get those in due time so that I have a deck ready for Miami TCG Con. I really hope to see you guys there. I know a lot of Lorcana players are planning to come to Miami TCG Con. So I'm actually from Miami, would love to have you guys here, and let me know if you need to know any good food spots. I got you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry to take a little break over the weekend. I still haven't filmed my Steel review video because I just got so sick, so I really apologize for that, but thanks for sticking with me, fam. I really love you guys, and I hope you guys had an amazing Lorcana weekend. Here's to many more. Peace.